Ford shot into Chavez's police cruiser 36 times.
36 times.
City leaders are reeling as they try to find the right words to express the emotions felt across their community today.
And as a veteran, he's a veteran. When I found that out, it just broke my heart even more. We're expected to serve, and police are expected this kind of thing. But when it happens, it's tragic. In a small community like this, we come together.
As Elwood rookie police officer Noah Chavez was shot and killed during an overnight traffic stop. The 24-year-old was a military veteran before joining the Elwood Police Department about 11 months ago. Shortly after 2 this morning, his life was tragically cut short when police say 42-year-old Carl Roy Webb Boers II reportedly shot and killed Chavez during a traffic stop. Boers was later arrested in Hamilton County after a multi-county police chase. He's currently in jail facing murder charges. The mayor of Elwood, Todd Jones, says this act of violence robbed Noah and the community of the life and career he had ahead of him.
And these senseless acts of violence perpetuate our society, and none of us understand why.
As a community grieves the loss of an Elwood police officer.
Now we're learning so much more about the officer that he never had a chance to fire back against the man who's accused of shooting and killing him. Tonight we have comprehensive live team coverage for you. Our Rich Nye is back in Elwood tonight, and there he's been learning more about the fallen officer.
So let's start with Karen Campbell. She's live at the Madison County Courthouse where the suspect made his first court appearance in just the last 2 hours. Karen, what happened?
Well, Felicia, Carl Roy Webb Boers appeared in court here this afternoon via video from Hamilton County Jail. Now, he was seated with a bright green T-shirt, brown pants. Standing next to him, 2 officers in that courtroom in the Hamilton County Jail. Now, the judge gave him a copy of his charging documents, asked if he had a chance to look them over. He said a little bit. So the judge went over those charging documents again and those 7 counts that he is being charged with. Now, among those charges include murder, resisting law enforcement, unlawful possession of a firearm, and being a habitual offender. Now, Boers has a long criminal history dating back to more than 20 years involving battery with a deadly weapon, theft, drug charges, possession of a firearm, and labeled a serious violent felon. Madison County Prosecutor Robert Cummings spoke to us after today's hearing. He says Boers got out of his car, walked over to Officer Chavez's vehicle. That's when the officer radioed in to say Boers had a gun. Boers has a long criminal history dating back to more than 20 years.
Police did not want this suspect to get away. He not only sped off, driving erratically, he fired 6 to 7 rounds of gunfire.
From the interior of the vehicle, through his windows at the officer.
The bullet struck the patrol car in the front plate and grill, but the officer was not hurt and continued on. From 38th and Cold Spring down to 30th and back up White River Parkway, officers were able to stop the suspect at Kessler and 38th on the bridge over I-65. Lieutenant Mark McGuardia performed the pit maneuver, using his car to bump the rear corner of the Suburban.
Normally don't pit people into walls and things, but since he was shooting at police officers, I actually wanted to pit him a little bit harder than we normally would to jar him, just like it did, so he couldn't come out shooting at us when we got him stopped. And as it was, it jarred him, probably knocked his guns loose, and the officers were able to run up and cover him real fast.
Police found 2 weapons inside the SUV, an AK-47 assault rifle and a pistol. Police believe the suspect used the smaller handgun during the chase.
The officers did a fine job in order to stop this individual. We've done our job protecting the service citizens, and thank God we don't have anyone injured.
Tests will determine if drugs or alcohol were involved.
Carl Roy Webb Boers II. This is from the Madison County Prosecutor in Anderson, Indiana. The actual murder happened in Elwood, Indiana. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got a wacky Hebrews light. He don't look black. This is a hoax. Ma'am, if you stick around instead of getting on your jump to conclusions mat, which honestly is fueled by ignorance and incredulity and delusional characteristics that you possess, probably granted to you by your false religion that you embrace in the UPK, you will see that he is black, because I have pictures with his whole family. I'm just going to show you right now. Okay, these folks are crazy. The UPKers, you guys are crazy. He's not even a one Wester. Okay, so you're saying it's a hoax. Let me show you. That's him. You're telling me he's not black? What and it's not even about him being black. Besides, you believe that Native Americans and Hispanics should be Israelites, so what are you talking about? That's him. Ostensibly with his girl that he FaceTimed when he was running from the cops. Now, it looks like most likely the man has children. This is a tragic situation. This is Carl, okay? This is him. Look at how he's dressed. And again, this proves my point, what I was saying. He was part of a non-messianic group or congregation. Still a Hebrew Israelite. This is still someone who embraces Hebrew Israelism. This is a screenshot from his Facebook.
Shot into Shanavez's police cruiser 36 times during a traffic stop, and the officer didn't have a chance to get out of his unit. Now, Shanavez said Boards had a gun in his last radio dispatch communication. Boards was arrested a short time later in Hamilton County. Officers found a fully loaded high-power assault rifle in the front seat of Boards' car, as well as a handgun on Boards. Now, documents also reveal the 42-year-old FaceTimed his family while on the run from law enforcement. One of the search warrants was executed on his Marion barbershop, where a high-capacity magazine was recovered.
On Monday, our office will file formal charges against Mr. Boards, including murder, possession of a firearm by a serious violent felon, resisting law enforcement, as well as the use of a firearm enhancement, which carries an additional sentencing penalty, and the habitual offender enhancement based off of his criminal history. And we will make a determination as to whether we seek the death penalty in this case.
Legendary. Take a couple seats, cut this a couple tickets. I never lie to kick it, murder, rubber, not convicted. They say I'm filthy rich, I told the judge, yeah, I'm guilty. Fuck my baby mama, I can't let no bitch extort me. All this ice I'm rocking.